Welcome to Rochester Business Connections, powered by Balbert Marketing, LLC, where I get the chance to chat with Rochester, New York's very best business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders. I am here with Jordan Barnhart Sullivan. You are the founder, executive director at ComGap. You guys do a million things. I want to pass the torch to you. What is ComGap?
So we help people in the communications field. That could be current professionals, that could be aspiring professionals. We really just want to create a community and really build off of each other. So that's people from all different career levels to college level students. That's people who have been in the industry for 20 years now. We really just want to, that's where ComGap came from, bridge that gap in communications, not only in our community and the relationships, but also in education and also in diversity. So that's why we have so many different programs to really meet the needs of people at every point in their career journey. Our services really include everything from resume assistance to free professional headshots to internship programs, so many different types of career development to help meet the needs of people.
Love it, bridging the gap, helping our young talent. 10 internships, that's a lot. That's incredible.
There are so many different barriers. One is internship hours. Some people can't afford to invest hours in an internship to get experience to get them to the next level. So especially with COVID during the pandemic, we want to help meet those needs so that people are able to get experience without having to be set every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you need to be doing this. I really trust them to work on their own time. And also credit hours. One thing that I noticed, especially after graduating, is that people who still didn't have a job in their field wanted internships, but these internships were requiring them to have academic credit for it. So that's one thing we don't require. And that's been super great because we've been getting applicants. We had a man who was 45 years old, never been in communications before. And he applied for the internship. And he's like, you gave me a chance. I didn't think anyone would even look at my resume. He's like, I didn't go to school for this. I want to learn more. I know social media is super important and I want to be able to do it, but no one's giving me the chance to learn. And I can't afford to, at 45 years old, go back to school for another 4 years just to kind of learn, get an idea of communications and repeat the whole process over again. So we're able to give people those opportunities and help break down those barriers, which I think is just super exciting to see the stories that are coming out of it.
You've obviously been in the communication field quite some time. I'm wondering, was there a tipping point, a series of events, a why?
I'll start with the series of events because that's one of my favorite stories to tell because it encompasses, as ComGap bridges relationships from people of all different career levels. I went to Monroe Community College. From there, I fell in love with communications. I took a course and I was like, this is for me. Why did I not hear about this earlier? I knew that was what I wanted to do. So instantly, I dove into the radio club. I was in the newspaper club, the magazine club, honor site. I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to really dive into all aspects of communications and see really what fit me best, what I was good at, what I wanted to try. And that was really awesome. But the mother next to me, who single mother, 3 kids, going to school full time, working two jobs to support her family, she didn't have the same time and the same opportunity to do that. That's the first part of it, where we help people like that, where they are at a disadvantage because of whatever circumstances are beyond their control. We want to be able to help give them that opportunity, just like the 45-year-old who's never been in communications, wants to learn, but there's these barriers that are preventing them from doing so. Because especially communications is a hands-on field. Going to school just simply isn't enough. You really do need to do those other things to help build your skills and get you into a professional setting. From MCC, we go to Brockport, where I graduated from. That's where I transferred and got my bachelor's from there. And I had been surrounded by people who were just in love. We're in our junior, senior years. We're ready to go in the field. We're taking internships, super excited. And I'm just surrounded by these people who have such a passion for the field. I was, once again, very fortunate to have had a job in my field prior to graduating. And I noticed about 3-4 years after graduation that a lot of my friends who I had been with were talking about, oh, I want to be a reporter for the news. I want to do this. I want to be on the radio. I want to do that. They ended up dropping out of the field. They'd go and do something else because they're like, oh, I just can't find anything in my field. I can't do any of it. There's nothing there for me. So I had to make a change to a different field. And that was like really upsetting because you just saw the passion and they wanted to do it, but there was no opportunity for them to do so. That's the second population where it's like, that's especially with our internship program. And then let's take you to a couple of years after graduation. Past that, I also do freelance work. I was at an organization and they offered me a position, 4-year contract with their organization to do public relations. And I was offered the position over someone who had their own entire agency, like for 30 years plus.
Wow.
And
congratulations.
Thank you. But it's also, that's because people who have been in the field for a long time, they're professionals, they're established, they have tons and tons of experience and valuable experience, but there aren't many tools available to keep them up to date on new and emerging trends. That was another thing that kind of made me sad, is seeing people where it's like so much invested in it. And it's slowly, and this, this next generation, people say I'm young, but this next generation coming up, like they're going to be even more tech savvy. So that's where it's important that I think we all work together with each other to really teach each other. Like the person who's been here for maybe a year can provide so much experience. Someone of 40 years and someone with like 30, 40 years can provide so much experience to someone just starting. We really just need to work together and benefit each other. So.
Currently, you're definitely in a mentorship role. You're onboarding interns, young and old. And I'm wondering, how has mentorship and education played a role in your life? Do you have any stories or mentors that you can shout out?
Ooh, well, I'll definitely give a shout out to Melanie Barnes-Simmons, because I modeled my internship program after her, because she was my internship supervisor. But I really had, like you said, I've had so many mentors across the years who have helped me get to where I am. And at the end of the day, they all always say, they're like, I do this because someone did this for me. And it's their way of paying it forward. They're like, someone lifted me up, so I'm going to use that and lift you up. And that's where it's like that act of kindness, where it's like you just continually uplift each other. And with Melanie's internship program, she really got me that last step into nonprofit, because I'd always been an avid volunteer. Like growing up, that was my main thing. Everyone knew me for that because I love nonprofits. And I remember being like one day, because I had never known, I'm like, oh, nonprofit, you can't make money. So in my head, I was like, I wish I could get paid for volunteering. I was like, because I just love like mission-based places. And then I realized, Melanie, I'm like, I can get paid for this. And she had the same background as me. She took me under her wing and she's like, you need to learn how to fundraise. She's like, because at the end of the day, that's what nonprofits need. You need fundraising. And I fell in love with that, because like, I just got so hungry. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a donation here. I got a donation there. This is so exciting. And she brought me to AFP, which is another professional organization for fundraisers. She was like, here, learn from here, take some webinars, take some classes. And that wasn't written anywhere in my internship program. And it was really designed for me. And that's kind of like our interns as well. I give them a questionnaire. I'm like, I need to know everything about what your goals are. Are you looking for a mentorship? Are you looking for, are you job hunting right now? So I can send them job postings. What are you looking to do so I can craft this to meet your needs? So I'm like, you want to be in radio? That's cool. We'll like create some podcasts. Or if you want to be in journalism, like that's really awesome. Let's write some blog posts. So it's really tailored to every single individual's needs. And I really got that from Melanie. So shout out to her.
The beauty of mentorship and different personalities and people with different skill sets is you are tailoring based on their needs, and then they can bring their value to the table and tailor based on your needs. And it's all cyclical. I'm wondering, like Rochester, New York, it's a beautiful city. There's so much culture, so much to do here in Western New York. What do you like about Rochester or the region?
I have so much love for this city, and it gets trashed on so many times, because people take a look at it and they have their judgments about it. But at the end of the day, we really are a community that helps each other and uplifts each other when you get past all of the other things that people want to make judgments about, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this community. As
cheesy and cliche as it is, Jordan, let your light shine. I got goosebumps as you were saying it. So thank you for that. Thank you again for coming on the show. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for listening to Rochester Business Connections. Don't forget to share this, rate, and comment on your favorite platform. You can also email me, ben@balbertmarketing.com. Let's connect soon. Until then, keep thriving, everyone.